Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am Sister Vinny, your host of the Baptist Bible. I welcome you again to another episode. I just want to say thank you for tuning in. Like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy my channel. Praise the Lord, children. I wanted to say, I hail from the planting my feet on high ground university. Children, I'm here again. I done got a frantic phone call from one of the sisters in the other church, and she was very upset. And we just have to touch on this, children, so we can try to come to some closure. Get some closure, children. We're going to talk a little bit today about rodents in the church. Yes, rodents in the church. You know, children, when you come to the house of the Lord, you don't expect to see some of the things, animals and things and insects that you see out in the streets. And when you go outside to picnics and things like that. But children, you got to take care of the house of the Lord, just like you would anything, your home at home and things like that, or your workplace. You have to take care of things because rodents look for sanctity. They look for sanctuaries, places that they can stay, and from the elements. So it's important for us to take care of the church so that we won't have that kind of a problem. Now, children, some of the types of rodents that I have seen and that you may see in churches, the Baptist church today, the first one would be roaches. We call them cockroaches, because back in my day, we called them cockroaches. And those things are just nasty as they can be, and they everywhere. And they like to be in number. So if you turn on the light switch at your church unexpectedly, and they go to running, then you got a problem. So, you need to take care of that. But you don't want those kind of things to get in your church because things is just bad enough. And then when you have cockroaches in your church, then you'll have parishioners. People don't want to come and stuff like that because they don't want to take nothing home to them. They don't want to take nothing home, children. Who left the gate open now? They don't want to take nothing home. So we just have to be careful, children. Another thing is spiders. Spiders. I don't like spiders, children. And I know that if you go into a house of the Lord and you see cobwebs, that's generally a sign that there might be some spiders somewhere around. Children, please, you got to do something about that because no one wants to fellowship in a church that has a bunch of spiders and stuff like that in it. Because people are definitely afraid of spiders. And some spiders, if they bite you, they could cause some major damage and almost even death. So you got to be careful. Those brown recluse spiders ain't nothing to play with. So you just got to be careful, children. Get the spiders out your church, please. Please now. Please, children. Please, because I won't be there now, children. Another rodent that you seldom see it, but some people have, are snakes. Snakes tend to be outdoors a lot. But you may see them around your church doors of your church and things like that. Children, please don't let no members see no snakes around your church because you don't want to get that kind of a name in the community that your church has snakes. Because if you do, then children, you're going to lose a lot of parishioners and a lot of people ain't going to come to your church because they don't want to be accosted by a snake when they're getting out of the car. Okay? Pray the Lord, children, now. I'm talking about what I'm talking about, children. All right now. Mice are a common nuisance in the church house. You will see mice come out and you can tell mice are there by their droppings. If you see a lot of little dark droppings around, especially in your church kitchen area, then you want to be careful, children, because that is a sign that there's mice somewhere. And you want to get that taken care of rather quickly. Because you don't want that to become a problem for people as well that are trying to fellowship in your church. Pray the Lord, children. Children, another thing, a rodent is a bat. Bats in the belfry. They talk bats in the belfry. Bats in the belfry. Children, we were sitting in church one Sunday. Lord have mercy, Jesus. And it wasn't our church. We were visiting somewhere at another church. And this bat got to flying around in the sky up there, up in the top of the church house there, at the top of the ceiling. Woo, I never seen so many people ducking and dodging and things like that and trying to do. What was that? Okay, Lord, wait a minute. I've never seen so many people trying to duck and dodge and stuff because stuff was flying. That bat was flying. He kept swooping down and then he'd go back up. And Lord, people were screaming and stuff. People try to, they try to be cool and everything because they in the church house and service was going on. But it's hard to be cool when a bat's flying around your neck and your head and stuff. It's kind of hard to be cool. So please take care of that. It was a shock to the pastor of that church and the members. And I know they were so embarrassed because here's a bat flying around their church house. But you just want to be careful, children, that you watch out for those types of rodents as well. Because them things, when they bite you, those things are poisonous. You don't want to be bit by a bat. All right? Pray the Lord. Another rodent is a gopher or a groundhog or possum, raccoon, those kind of things. They tend to dig holes outside of your church. And if they keep digging, they going to mess up your plumbing and all of that stuff because they just going to be chewing. That's all they going to be doing. You see them teeth on them. What they're going to be doing is doing a lot of chewing and messing up your piping and stuff like that. And you don't want to have that, children. You want to make sure you get a hold of that problem once you see that start. And you'll see them because as soon as they see you, they'll duck down underground. They'll run back behind the bush or something. So be careful, children, if you have them things running around your church house and stuff. Because that ain't good, children. Ain't good now. It ain't good. Pray the Lord. And then the final rodent that I'm going to talk about with you today, children, is the bumblebees, the hornets, the wasp, and the fly. Children, if you're having eatings and things at your church and you're serving food and stuff like that, children, please try to combat that kind of thing with the bees and the flies and stuff in your church house because they lighting on your food and stuff and people got to go eat that and they same fly that just lit on some poop outside and he gonna come flying to church and light on your cake. I mean, come on, that's nasty. That's nasty, children. Nasty now. Pray the Lord. It's nasty. Who let the gate open? So, children, please combat that. If you have, whoa, what was that? I thought that was a bee. Now, see, I'm about to get up out of here now, children. I got to get out of here. I got to go. So, they really don't like that now. So, I'm just saying, children, be careful when you have these eateries and things at church. Make sure you have your rodent problems under control so people are not offended. And your church doesn't get a bad name because once you get that name, that's that church. I got the bees and the flies and stuff. You don't want to get that kind of name, children. Not in your church, not in your community. The community, pray the Lord. Children, the best way to combat these things is if you have a church pantry or church kitchen, check those things often. Make sure there's not no food that's been torn into and left, that kind of thing. That's a sign. Make sure you put away all food and things like that before you leave. You don't want to leave stuff out and rodents and things will be coming after that stuff. And that's a calling card, children. It's a calling card now, children. Come on now. Okay, so make sure you keep your areas clean, keep your church clean, keep your kitchen especially clean and your bathrooms and things like that at your church. Keep those things very clean because those things can't come if there's nothing to draw them. Okay, children? You know what I'm talking about now. You know. Pray the Lord now. And then the last thing to combat them is exterminate. If you have to pop for an exterminator, you might have to do that to get rid of some of these things and keep them under control so that they're not a problem for your church going down the road. So please exterminate. Get an exterminator in there and let them take care of it. Okay? All right, children, Sister Vinny got to move on right now. I got to move on a little higher. I thank you so much for tuning in today. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, children. I love to see you every day that I see you. I thank you. And I just want to say, be safe out there. Satan is ever busy and ever present. Satan is, Lord. He is. He's ever present, ever busy. And children, you just don't want to be doubting the Lord like Thomas did. I love you, children. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I now return you to your regularly scheduled program.